right, why young people don't vote. 12 college-age kids, 18 to 29, were asked why they're probably not going to vote. Their answers are probably the scariest thing you'll ever hear in this election cycle. We'll talk about that in 10 minutes. But first, let's check the markets with Scott Crothers and Stifel Nicholas. Good morning, Scott Crothers.
Well, that's a heck of a lead in there.
But, stay tuned. But first, here's Scott Crothers. All right, so great jobs numbers on Friday, and yet the Dow was down. What happened?
Oh, exactly. We did have great jobs number, but the Dow was down to 25,270. Now, on Friday, each major index is closed in the red, with tech stocks leading the way lower as shares of Apple dropped 6% following earnings that disappointed. So I think some of those Apple earnings is one of the things that really controlled the market when they came out negative.
All right, let's get some company news. Let's start with Loews.
Lowe's, and in fact, there's kind of two Lowe's stories that I was reading about. One is, Lowe's retailer or to close some underperforming stores and wind down basically 20 U.S. stores and close 31 locations in Canada. And then there's the Lowe's Corporation, which is a diversified company in insurance, energy, hospitality, and packing industries, who reported earnings yesterday. They reported net income of $278 million for the third quarter, or 88 cents per share, compared to $157 million or 46 cents a share the year prior. Their subsidiaries include CNA Financial, Diamond Offshore Drilling, Boardwalk Pipeline Partners, and Loews Hotels. I didn't figure that you'd ever heard of them. So.
Yeah, no. Lowe's is a big famous name back in the old days, but you're saying Lowe's hardware stores are going to close about 20 stores.
Right. Lowe's hardware stores are going to close about 20 stores, and then the Loews Corporation that owns CNA Financial and Diamond Offshore Drilling reported earnings.
Okay. So. All right. How about Verizon?
Now, Verizon Communications' new chief executive is restructuring the carrier's business lines, including its massive wireless business. It is one of the first major organizational changes. Hans Vestberg is reorganizing the company's divisions by the types of customers served rather than by the type of service provided. So they're making a bunch of structural changes to that company.
All right. And then finally, my favorite, Southwest Airlines. What do we hear from them?
Well, good news out of Southwest Airlines. They're starting a lot of new flights, a lot of new nonstop flights with new service links to major cities. In St. Louis, it's now a new nonstop flight going to St. Louis to Cancun, so you can go there on spring break if you want.
Yes, you can go down there for the weekend. Nice to hear that. St. Louis to Cancun. That's the way to do it.
Nonstop. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, that's good news. All right, what do we hear about the markets today?
Today, the futures look up 30. In the week ahead, investors will hear from the Federal Reserve on Thursday, which is a big deal. And what you brought up before, the big election on Tuesday is really going to be what the markets are going to be focused on.
Yeah, everyone's paying attention to that. All right, Scott Crothers, thanks for checking in. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds great. Thank you.